Hey y'all. So I didn't know what type of video I was gonna record today, but I knew I was gonna record something. I'm gonna do an updated highlight and contour because it's been about a year since I did one. Also, wait, we have a new backdrop. So enough of that, we're just gonna get right into the video. I've already primed my face. I used Tarte Quench primer. When I want to you know, really like highlight and whatnot, I color correct. So this is the LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer, and this is their orange corrector. Anytime you get like an orange something, that's gonna be for like dark circles, any darkness that you want to brighten and lighten up. I'm using 3 different foundations today, and I'll tell you why. I use a much darker foundation. So we have CoverGirl Full Spectrum. This is the color Deep Golden. As you can see, this is nowhere near my tone. Then we have ColourPop No Filter Foundation, and this is in the color Deep Dark 195. Again, it's not nowhere near my tone, but it's darker. First, we're gonna go on with our darkest and put it on places where I would actually contour my face. The places where I contour is also the places where I have hyperpigmentation, so it's easier for me to cover. This is the ColourPop one, and I'm gonna put this like a little bit above and below. I'm also gonna go like a little bit inside, like on my forehead. I'm not gonna go on the outside because I don't want to lighten up out there, but a little bit inside. So now you're just gonna take the butt of your beauty blender and you're gonna start blending. I'm going right here because you know how you contour and you kind of, we're gonna highlight right here anyway. So now we're gonna do the Fenty foundation or concealer. The color I use is 390. So I use 2 concealers. So our first one, we're just gonna lay it down. You kind of want to bring it out, kind of overlapping where that foundation was. I like to do like one nice big swoop under the eye and then just kind of draw down from that. And you want to bring it up your nose, up the sides. You don't want to stop. Like just right here, you want to bring it up a little bit on the sides of your nose. The second concealer I'm using is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. It's actually called a contour concealer. The color I have is Warm Honey. I really just keep this like in a small area right underneath my, you know, like inner corner, nose, side nose area. So you kind of want to, you see how we kind of have done a gradient, like we have the dark foundation, next like semi-dark foundation, concealer, brightest concealer. So you kind of want to like, you want to mimic like as if like the sun was shining right in your face. It would be darkest out here and lightest in the middle. So I'm really only moving my head here. I'm not even moving the beauty blender. The corner of your eye, don't forget that because you want that to be bright. With this, you don't really want to spread it that much because you want it to stay bright in that area where you're putting it. You just want to make sure you're blending it really well. When I'm specifically trying to like brighten and, you know, I use Laura Mercier's translucent setting powder just because it's a bit brighter. Take my beauty blender into the powder and you know, you get a generous amount. Just to make sure there are no creases, I use the other side to blend it out, and then I just go right in. Oh, there's nothing like feeling that nice smooth powder all under your eye. And then we're gonna do our other side. You want it to be smooth, you don't want it to be chunks, so you want to make sure when you put it on your beauty blender it's an even layer. And I don't bake for very long. contour powder. This is the Sephora contour. I'm gonna use the darkest tone in the hair, but it has a good range, I feel like. But if you're like truly deep dark, this palette's not gonna work for you. So where I'm gonna put this is I'm just gonna kind of start up here and then kind of just drag it down. You're just gonna kind of blend this upwards. You don't want to drag it down because you kind of created that line there. Another Real Technique brush. This is the buffing brush and the ColourPop No Filter Sheer Press Powder, and I'm just gonna go right on top of that to, you know, make sure we don't have any harshness around here. So this is the Sigma E25 brush. That's how much, I don't know if you can see that, but that's how much I have on there. And I'm just gonna take it down the side. I really do not like a harsh nose contour at all. But you kind of already have a shadow right there, so that's why I do that with the dark foundation and bring it in, just because like it kind of just helps make it easier for you. You don't have to do as much. And then I will take a brush that has nothing on it. So this is a Sigma E40, and I'm just gonna run right over it. The thing with contouring is it just takes a while because you're blending a lot of things. I go in and I take a little bit more of our baking powder, good and loaded on that tip there. And I just go down the center of the nose, just so you can kind of have like a distinction of where the contour is and where the highlight is. I put my brows on. To highlight underneath my brows, I use this Maybelline Brow Precise Perfecting Highlighter. Okay, so to contour our eyes, you can either use a contouring powder. I like to use a eyeshadow, like just a dark brown shadow. So today I'm going to be using this girl, and I'm going to be using the color Palm, which is this color right here. So it's a dark brown, and I'm using the E40 brush from Sigma. And remember, with these Anastasia powders, y'all, or shadows, just very light-handed. You don't need a heavy hand with them. If you think you're done blending, just blend some more. Don't even add any more product to it, just blend a little bit more. I'm gonna throw something on the lid really quick, but y'all don't need to see that, do you? That is Yacht from Riviera. Now we're gonna dust off our nose baking. That's the only one I just kind of leave on for a while because I don't do a lot with the contouring lines, so I want to highlight it as much as possible. I'm going to be using the NARS, love this palette, the Orgasm palette. This palette just has like an array of different like shimmery colors in there. Contour brush by Real Techniques. The two colors I'm going to use is Deep Orgasm and Orgasm Fever, which is these two in the middle. Last part of highlighting, I'm gonna take this yellow shade in the Sephora contour palette. Why not? I'm gonna use this flat foundation brush from ColourPop and place it right here, like right underneath my eyes. Kind of like get it right up against that contour line. Flaring your nose kind of helps that too. We're contoured. All right, y'all, so that is it. That is my contour and highlight routine. I will link everything below, I promise. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, you guys, and also follow me on Instagram at Niara Alexis. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time.